Listen to what it says. And this is the speech. The item was part of the Chanukas Habayis by hearing about Torah. It says in Pasha Shoftim that when you go to war, it says whoever. Yeah, I know.
What happens when you're not here?
We're keeping you on your toes.
No. I didn't connect it yet to the Pasha. That hopefully tomorrow I'll send out another video. But I wanted to share a part that I'm saying it's just a very sadistic part, and I hope and it's something that we constantly get perspective. I got because of myself. We constantly need to be this Indian. It says that when you go to war, it says that they made an announcement and they discourage anybody. 3 groups of people: anybody who has a new house and didn't yet live in the house, didn't settle the house; anybody who just got married but didn't really complete their marriage; anybody who has a vineyard and didn't yet settle the vineyard. When he goes to war, he should not go to war because his mind will be distracted. Now, I saw Shimon Schwab asked. I was bothered. The people that went to war, were such Yerei Shemayim, so much so that the Maskilim made a whole play. It's a very famous play they made of this pasuk, and they showed tons of people there, and they said, "We don't announce it. Whoever doesn't get married," and then people start to walk away. Whoever built a new house, some people leave. Some people leave. Then it says, "Whoever's afraid should leave." The place packs out, and all you left is they made fun of the Chavetz Chaim. He was the only one there ready to go to war. And then they close the scene. That was the humor. Like everyone bounced. Whoever's afraid of this, whoever did this, and then Chavetz Chaim is left there. So one of the Gedolim, I think Rav Chaim said, one of them after, I'm not sure, said, who? I know one of them says, he says they closed the curtain too early. If they keep it open, they'd see the Chavetz Chaim won. He won. The Chavetz Chaim won the battle. So anyhow, and they made an announcement of these 3 things. So Shimon Schwab asked, the people that went to war, it's brought down at such level of Yerushalayim. They went out thinking that my vineyard is I didn't really get involved in it. I didn't worry about the vineyard. They're worried about the new house that I didn't get a chance to have enjoy the house. And they're married now. They said their level Yerushalayim, they could not have been distracted by these thoughts of not having experienced the newness of any of these things. So he says something unbelievable. He said that all three things are
the people that walked away wouldn't.
Yeah, if you know anybody who had a new house and then yet settled the house, they should go.
So you're saying they were on a high level of Yerushalayim, and you're saying it really wasn't?
No, I'm asking. He asked if there was such a high level of Yerushalayim. Everyone that was there that showed up to battle, they only took.
Couldn't be. You had to.
They didn't get. Anyone who came to the what do you call it? The office. The recruitment office. They were not. Everyone came to bids and. You know what I'm saying?
The people that owned houses.
Yeah, anybody that signed up was big people. So you had to be a big madrega to want to fight in this war. And then what was it? They said, listen, you have a new house. You're gonna be distracted. So he says something very powerful. That's so important for us young people. He says something very powerful. He says all these 3 things are major stages in a person's life. He says a person who gets married, huge stage in his life. A person that builds a house, a huge stage. He's settling down. A person that vineyard, that's his parnasa. She says all these 3 things. A person has opportunity, and when a person gets married, gets married very idealistic. He has a vision of the type of marriage he wants to create and the type of home he wants to build. He wants to create with his wife. Person when he gets a home, he says, "I'm finally going to settle down. I'm gonna raise a mishpacha in this home. I'm gonna blend into a neighborhood. I'm gonna contribute to the shul. I'm gonna be part of the. I'm gonna build my home." And when he has this parnasa, he says, a person upon the vineyard, you have trumos, maestros, kerem ravai, shmita. You have a whole shaykhis to a level of Yiddishkeit they never had before. For us, we can say, like the other discuss often, it's an opportunity to make a Kiddush Hashem. It's an opportunity to be honest. It's challenges, but they're not challenges. It's opportunities. That any one of these 3 things, a person comes in approaching very idealistic. A person says, I want to be an honest businessman. That's something, a goal for myself. I want to make a Yiddish home. That's a goal for myself. I want to have a marriage on built on Kedusha, built on Yiddishkeit. So a person goes and he didn't yet achieve this. He's worried. Says the pasuk. He's worried. If he gets married, another man will take my wife. He says that other man means someone else will go that doesn't have the values I have. He won't establish the home that I have in mind. Someone will take that home. Someone else will take that home. Won't build a home the way I want to build a home. Someone will take that vineyard and won't deal in his parnasa the way I want to deal with my parnasa. So, and he says that's what he's worried about. We are only talking people of Yerushalayim. People of Yerushalayim have one focus of doing the Ratzon Hashem. So whenever they get to a milestone, someone has Yerushalayim, he gets to a milestone, he says, what am I going to do with my home? What am I going to do with my marriage now? What am I hoping to bring out? Am I hoping to advance Kavod Shemayim in the world? Am I hoping to raise children on Derech HaTorah? It's so appropriate because we're all in these stages of whether it could be whether we're a few years married, looking to get married, whether we're moving, whether we're putting children into school, we have to constantly ask ourselves, what am I doing in these three areas that I'm pushing the Kavod Shemayim? I'm advancing Torah mitzvahs. And a person has to say to themselves, what am I looking like in my marriage? Is my marriage built in a healthy way, a ruchnistic way? Am I connecting with my wife, my children in a ruchnistic way? Am I really giving over good values? We were talking about schools, and everybody. We were talking among a lot of the chevra that recently applied to schools, and everybody was declaring, "I want to go to this school. The school is going this direction. The school's going that." Everybody wants the best for their kids, but that's a focus we have to constantly maintain. I have to say this over, and someone shared with me something just personal. I just want to point out, like Rabach came last week. And he which was so special. The whole Chanukah party was kedai to have that little discussion that Baruch brought up about this Rabbi Safdie that he listens to. It was so insightful because it showed that what we can do, how we can change our lives. Now, if you're going to be a Baal Emunah, you're going to affect your family. If you're going to try to do a little bit of Seder with your wife, which isn't the craziest thing, let's say living Emunah on a Shabbos table, read a living Emunah, bring in a certain sefer, any sefer, something to bring ruchnis into your house. You're building Yiddishkeit. That's what we're supposed to do. And raising children and parnasa, all these three things. Someone sent me something. I don't want to say it over because it's a chizuk. It's a beautiful thing. This is exactly on topic, on point that we're saying. I was in conversation with someone, and this person, everyone here, and the one I don't want to say who it was, but the one is a Ben Aliyah. Taka takes this very much to heart, and he had told me that he's looking to steig in the area. Now, it was a particular area regarding technology, and he wanted to have a higher standard for himself and his family. And he texted me this week that he was makabel, him and his wife had a discussion, and they want to raise the standard, and they eliminated something in the area of technology. Now, Baruch Hashem, we're not dealing with we're not talking about someone who has, we're not handling it's something that's raising the standard of Kedusha in his life. But it was so beautiful because it showed that a person has this on his mind. And it shows that a person's, a Ben Aliyah, it means I'm always reassessing. And you think to yourself, am I disconnecting from technology a little bit to interact with my wife, with my kids? Am I present for my children? Am I willing to leave? I tell you something. Yesterday, I left my phone in my car. I came home. I don't come home often for supper because I'm in yeshiva. And I came home yesterday, and I left my phone in the car. And it was such a gaval. It was like an hour and 20 minutes, and I was with the kids. And then I was like, oh my goodness, unbelievable. Now, of course, 10 times throughout, I'm like, you're thinking that you pushed the president's calling you, but I kept it in the car. I was in the car. You think like, oh, for sure I missed who knows what. I got that thing. I missed nothing. Everybody say. But it was unbelievable. It's so every once in a while to have that experience to realize. Everybody say we're not the president. No one needs us every minute of the day, and we're with our family and kids. We can disconnect. But everybody say if we can think about these three things: parnasa, our homes, our marriages, our relationship with our children, and we can try to infuse it with more bracha, more kedusha, and elevate us and things around us. That's what we have for Habayis. And I want to give the Chabura a tremendous yashakayach. I was so inspired after the Chanukas event, and just the Olam's continuous pushing, and I feel off of that, and I hope that we can, I hope that it's like a two-way street here. I get tremendous chizuk from hearing that and seeing the aliyah of the Olam, because I feel like we're a mishpacha. We come together and we talk to Chizuk and we try to see ways that we can work on ourselves despite our busy lives and our time constraints. I'm going way over time here. Besides all that, and there's people that are putting in effort the whole day, Mayor of Eli, and there's a lot that's constantly going on behind the scenes to make our Chabura so successful. And I just want to be marketoif to everybody, that for everybody continuously putting in constant effort to make it the thing that we steig together. We can have a discussion like this because we're all in the same boat with the same ideals of mind. We should have siyata d'shmaya to establish Turdika marriages, Turdika homes, and we should have parnasa with erlich.